Hi, this is Crucio Sidera from TN01. Uh, I will be presenting my final project for the course CCS 0015. So the instructor uh, gave us a task that will gave us a task requires that requires our program to do a sequential search and a binary search. So first part is just a simple input for array. So simply ask the user for the size and then create the array and yada yada yada. Here we have the array. So for sequential search, the idea is to check the index of the array one by one from start to finish, or from the last index to the first index. So simply, all you need is a for loop. Is a loop wherein int I equals 0 from first index until to the last index, and then you iterate and check the array index, if it's equal to the data you're looking for. So take for example key. And then if it's equal, then the data is found. So it's something like this. Found equals true. So the basic idea of sequential array is simply just do things sequentially or from step by step. So here is my take on it. So first, we create a variable for sequential for the comparison, or just to count uh how many jump or how many sequence it took before we find the data. So we had a for loop, and then every time we jump from the next data, the sequential comparison is incremented. And then if the array or if it's now equal to the key you're looking for, then simply you found the key, and then we stop the loop. For binary search, however, it is a bit more complicated because it requires the data to be sorted. So the main idea of binary search is it's a whiteboard. So first, let's say you have an array of multiple data, and then you want to find the key. So this is the key. Wait. Say for example, the key is this. The the first step is to divide the array, since binary search is a divide and conquer algorithm. So you divide your array into two, or into the middle, and then you check if the middle is equal to your key or to the data you're looking for. And then if it is equal, then you found your data. If it's not, you check if it's greater than or less than. If it's greater than, then it simply means your data must be somewhere around here. So again, you divide your array into two different parts, into two sections, and once again, check the middle. Check the middle. Uh, check your middle array. Or the check the middle, yes. And then you check again if it's equal, if it's greater than, if it's less than. So you continue this until the data in the middle is now equal to your mm, is now equal to your key or the data you're looking for. So you need a function that calls or that pass the array and then the size of the array, and then it has to be recursive so that you will be able to adjust uh, the the end of your array. Since technically the middle now, or this middle, is now the last of your array of your new array. So simply wait, before doing your binary search, since we need the data to be assorted from we need the data to be sorted, not assorted. We need the data to be sorted in ascending or descending manner. We could do any type of sorting algorithm. And in my case, I did bubble sort since it's the simplest. and we were not required to optimize our algo. So bubble sort is simply just, let me do it all. So for bubble sort, all you need to do is, so you have an array. You just need to check for the first index if it's greater than or less than the next index. It's greater than, say you were trying to sort in ascending manner. If this is greater than the next, then simply they will swap. They will swap places. So now the big one is here, and so on and so forth after. And then you repeat that until the data or your array is completely sorted. So after sorting, so this is so for sorting, I use again double sort, and then you just need to do a for loop. So this is my implementation. So for int I equals 0, I size minus 1. So basically, you just check each individual boxes or each individual index and then swap them continuously and then again and again and again until it's completely sorted. So after that, after fully sorting your array, we go now to binary search, wherein we create a recursive function. So for the recursive function, what I need to pass is, of course, the array, the key or the data you're searching for, the start, the end, and uh, the comparison is just for counting how many times we recurse or we call the function. So this is my function call. And here, function call. I call the binary search. I pass my array, my sorted array, and then the key or the data I'm looking for. Zero since the start of an array is zero, and then the last index of the array is size minus one. Binary comparison just for counting the number of jump or the number of recursion. So first, we increment comparison since we jump, or since we technically divided or yeah, we divided the array, and then we check if this is just for this is the base case where we check if the start of the array since here if the start since this is sorted already, if the start became greater than the end, that only means the data is not in the array. So here, uh, int mid equals start plus end divided by 2. We check if mid or if since we have this, we have the array. We check this if it's equal to the key we're looking for, and then if it's not equal, we check if it's greater than or less than. Say it is greater than, it's greater than the array, the data. If the middle is greater than the key or the data you're looking for, that only means the data you're looking for must be somewhere around here in the first half. So now we call the function again. We adjust the end since middle is no since middle was is no longer or middle is already checked. We no longer need to include this middle as our new end. So we pass for start, the same start. For the end, it will now be mid minus one since we already checked middle. For comparison, and then again and again. So assuming the data is so half this to to check the middle if it's greater than, equal, or less than. Say the middle is less than the array or the key. The key must be somewhere around here, and then we divide it into two again and check continuously or repeatedly until the middle or the array or yeah until the middle is equal to the key we're looking for. After so here, int mid equals start and if start equals end, this wasn't found. This is for checking if the middle is equal to the key. If it's greater than or less than, we pass along the new start or the new end. And then chrono is just for checking the time. Let me check. Let me check. Sample input output. So while we're checking this, so let's check. Let's first try. For first try, let's use the sample input output. So we have 10, 2, 15, 1, 2, 15, 1, 5, 5, 7, 9, 12, 4, 3, 0. Element to search is 12. So sequential search. For search time, took me 300 nanosecond, 7 comparison, since 12 is in the 7th place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, correct. So binary search. For binary search, I first sorted the data. So this is the new array. It took 400 nanosecond. It took 400 nanosecond to sort the data. And then, surprisingly, for binary search, it took longer to search for the data, even though the comparison or the recursion, even though the comparison is only three. So meaning it only took 3 attempts or 3 jumps before finding the data, but still it's slower. So in my opinion, this could be due to uh, computer processing power, or maybe uh, lack of optimization for the code. So anyway, so theoretically, binary search should be faster compared to sequential search. However, if the data is not sorted, so look for a graph. Sequential search is simply a linear graph wherein x equals to y, or for binary search, we're looking at this is y equals to x. Binary search uses the log x data. So the greater the element, the faster it is relative to sequential search. However, if you were to take binary, or if you were to take sorting into a if you if you were to take sorting into account, it could be slower, since the average time for bubble sort is equal to time complexity, bubble sort, and square. Okay. Time average and square. So that's x squared plus log 2x. This is the green. So assuming we will have to sort the data, theoretically, it would still be slower to use binary search. So that is all. Wait, one more run using my own data. Let's compare same size array, but this time sorted 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10. Element to search, let's say 5. Okay, sequential search took 200 nanoseconds, 5 comparisons, since 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Binary search, sorted data. Since I'm using bubble sort, even though the data is already sorted, the code or the computer still checks it one by one and then checks if it needed to be swapped or not. So it still took 200 nanoseconds. And then for the binary search itself, it took 50,700 nanoseconds with just one comparison. So that is all. Thank you.